Rob Elvington and the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
And here's a look from our Lake Guntersville sky camera. This is part of the Thompson Roofing and Construction Sky Camera Network, and this is pointing off to the northwest. Keep in mind, most of the lightning that you're seeing, it's still across the state line in Tennessee. So we're talking 60 to 70 miles away, and every now and then we'll see a pretty big lightning strike, but you'll notice all that cloud being engulfed with some of that lightning. There you go. There was one right as I was flipping over to the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network, and you'll notice that we have a large severe thunderstorm warning now in place for some of our counties just across the state line as you get closer to places like Giles County and then to Lincoln County, Tennessee. We'll zoom in a little bit closer. We also have one little stray little storm that just scooted right past the shoals here in the last 30 to 45 minutes. It's no longer producing cloud to ground lightning, so it is weakening some. But again, all of this activity slowly dropping into the south and southeast at about 20 miles per hour. And yeah, we're seeing quite a bit of cloud to ground lightning and some gusty winds. But as you start to get into these areas right here, these brighter reds and pinks on the map, that's where we're seeing golf ball size hail, possibly as large as baseball size hail. This storm has a history of producing some very large hail going back over the last 2 to 3 hours. You'll notice on the hail tracker, whenever you start to see the pinks and the reds, that's some pretty large hail. And I actually looked at what the size was about 2 minutes ago. That's why it says $50. But that was before we started to see those brighter pinks and reds on the map. So I would say likely much larger than $50 right now. Thankfully, the environment's a little bit weaker as you cross over into North Alabama. So we should see these weakening some over the next couple of hours. Winds are not terrible. Again, this is mostly a hail threat with those severe thunderstorm warnings. Highest winds that I'm seeing on some of the velocity data from both the Nashville radar, Decatur radar, and even the high top radar, it's closer to about 35 to 40 miles per hour. That's strong, but it's not damaging. But we still have that severe weather outlook that's issued all the way through 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's for all those areas in yellow. It's a 1 out of 5 severe risk, so it's the lowest level, but it still shows the possibility of severe storms here through the overnight hours. Now, this is for 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, all the way through your Wednesday afternoon and evening. And one thing you'll notice, the yellow kind of a little bit further south, and that's because the cold front that is responsible for all of this, it's going to be a little bit further south by tomorrow afternoon. So we move into the peak heating of the day. And if you're on the cool side of the cold front, you're likely not going to see the strong to severe storms tomorrow. Heading out the door, what's left of some of these storms tonight should be falling apart, weakening, but a few lingering showers and even an isolated storm will be possible for the morning commute. And then by tomorrow afternoon, we'll see if we can make it up to 90. Again, if we can get up to 90, that should be plenty of fuel and instability to get those storms going. So here's a look at future radar. Through the overnight hours, these storms do dissipate, but still could bring some heavy rain and gusty winds and even some hail all the way down to about the Tennessee River. Then by tomorrow afternoon, you'll notice that the latest data coming in and now pushes most of the storms a little bit further off to the south. And again, it all depends on if that cold front's a little bit further south here in the overnight hours. The rainfall, we got plenty of rainfall through the next 7 days, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches plus. Of course, if you get a thunderstorm or two, it's going to be higher. 7-day forecast highs back up to 93 on Friday with better storm chances arriving again by Monday of next week.